Alright everybody, I've been playing around some more, made some changes based upon feedback from all of you at BPL, and just a couple of ideas that I've just kind of expanded from my own ideas that I've previously talked about. And I think I've come up with something that that I'm happy with, and you know, it may not be the best, but you know, let's face it, being happy is what really matters. Before I start up on what I've done for the door closure system, let me come around and show the tying this out. Went ahead and did the attaching the nylon webbing onto here. Let me get out of this shade. So I just looped the nylon webbing of the Line Lock 3 through the loop that was on there, and I gave myself about a foot of thicker diameter cord that works on Line Lock 3s, and then I have just hitched it off to some I think this is that stuff from ZPacks. Don't remember what diameter it is. And I'm just looping it through. This is the ZPacks carbon fiber trekking pole. I've just got it right through the loop there, and come down to a stake. And that's all I'm doing for you know. And then to tighten it up, it's just obviously pulling that tight. Now, I did go ahead. Sorry about that. I did go ahead and put the locks up on top, and for now I'm just using a mini S-beaner. And as you can see, I do have two on here. I'm still going with the double guy lines for both sides, and I'm not going to go into the whys and the stupidity of this or the wisdom of this. Just something I'm doing, and again, it makes me happy. And let's face it, cordage is light, you know, in the big scope of things. You know, 2-3 feet, well, 8 feet of cordage or whatever it is, you know, weighs nothing in the grand scope of things. So yeah, put these up on top so that all I have to do is pull these down and to tighten it up, and then coming down to the stake, and just made a loop on this end, so it just goes through the stake, goes up, and then I just have to pull this down to get it tight. And I'm doing that exact same thing on both sides. Alright, so for the door closures, what I'm doing is I have another piece of cordage here. See if I can get this. Sorry. So I have it tied off to the D-ring on the tent door, and I have a loop on this end, and then in the middle I have one of these line lock clips. And it'd be really cool if I could find one that has the hole on both sides so that there's not this flat thing. Or ideally, what would be ideal here is just to have this sewn onto here, and then it be like that. That would be ideal, but I don't have a sewing machine. So all that's required when I'm inside the tent is to reach through and hit this, and the door opens. And it's very easy just to reach out and close it again. And then obviously just roll that up. And I'm doing the same exact thing on the other side. Just going there out to the clip. In many ways, this is the same thing that ZPacks does with their default system, except I'm using one extra guy line, stake, and clip. But this whole method here of coming down, basically having a loop around here and then another piece coming up, is the way it comes from ZPacks, and then they just end up putting a carabiner on here that clips onto both the D-rings. So in that theory, it's kind of the same theory. Let me jump inside real quick. All right, so that's the one door, clasp shut. All that's involved in opening up the door is reaching out and unclasping it. And as you can see, it's, you know, a matter of less than 1 arm length out there to the stake and the clip. So that is very, very convenient. By far the easiest way that I've encountered to be able to open and close the doors. Alright, so there's something else I want to show you here, and this is an idea I came up with when I had the Duplex. And if you closely observed my video on the Duplex that I uploaded to my Facebook page, you might have seen me do something like this. Alright, what I've done is this is a piece of shot cord. And I absolutely, like 100% suggest, downright demand that if you do this, use a piece of shot cord. What I'm doing is I've tied off to, actually I just created a loop on this end of the shot cord and stuck it through the mitten hook. And then come down to this little guy. And this is just a little baby clip that I got from Dutchware, yeah. And the only problem with this is it's pretty much impossible to do with gloves on. So during the winter time, I actually replaced this with a mitten hook, and it makes it easier to do. But anyway, and then just tie it off to the top of the 2 zipper parts. Now let me explain the why of this. Rain, if you have any Plex, you know that rain very rarely hits the bug netting. However, it can hit it if you have your doors open and you start having wind blow the rain in. By doing this, it pretty much, I don't want to say completely eliminates any rain hitting your bug net, but in my testings over the winter, this technique reduced, I would say, 99% of the horizontal rain spray hitting the bug net. And it's a simple thing to do. It's not putting any stress on here because, you know, you've got your shot cord on there. And just a good little trick. And you can actually do this on, you know, obviously you can do this on both ends. Just do another one on there that comes to here, and then the same thing on the other side. And you know, obviously on all 4 ends, you can make this happen. You know, depending upon what side you have your doors set up. Obviously, you can't have this done on all 4 at the same time because that would mean your door is wide open. But you can definitely do this on, you know, the one end, and then, you know, have your door be, you know, have one half of your door closed and the other half open. You know, so you're still getting ventilation through, you're getting, you know, rain blockage from that side. And yeah, anyway, talked long enough about this little simple mod. Just thought I would share this. It's been around for, you know, a while now. You know, since my video that I uploaded on the Duplex. I think Joe sent me an email once that he was going to take a picture of it and put it up on his website, but I don't think he ever did. I haven't looked at the Duplex website for a while. But anyway, yeah, that's it. Anyway, I'm really happy using that method of the guy line going out and then having 2 different clips to each of the doors. It's making it the most convenient route that I've tried so far. And you know, as we've already talked about on the BPL thread, you know, having that stake, your primary stake up close is truly advantageous to getting a good pitch on these Plex shelters. I really did like the idea of putting the locks up on top and then just being able to, you know, to push that in and tighten up things. It was a good idea. Alrighty. Anyway guys, I'm gonna cut this off and get it uploaded for you.